Hi, thank you for joining me for Walking with the Word. Today I want to share a story of incredible giving. It's a story of the widow's offering. You might be familiar with it, but I'm just kind of going to retell a story in my own way and then just draw some truth and some principles out of it, which I hope will be of encouragement. So picture the scene. Jesus has basically sat down in the temple opposite to the treasury where people make their gifts and their donations. And he's watching all of these rich people coming up with these large sums of money. And then this little old widow just shuffles up all frail. You can kind of just picture her kind of moving towards us, offering with her 2 copper coins, probably feeling fairly inadequate, fairly small, fairly insignificant relative to these rich, affluent people giving these huge sums of money. She just pops the money into the box, and Jesus is sat opposite watching, and he's so amazed, he's so touched by this, he calls his disciples over. It's like, guys, come over here, you see that? That lady over there gave those 2 copper coins. She's given more than anyone today because that's all she has to live on. This little old widow gave these 2 tiny coins, which have just, in worldly terms, such a low value. But to God, that got God's eyes, that got God's heart, that got God noticing, that got Jesus excited. He called his disciples over and he said, look at what she's given. Look at what she's given. She's given so much. She's given what she has to live on. Guys, what's exciting about this is that we can all touch Jesus' heart. We can all make our Saviour excited. It doesn't matter whether we've got a lot or a little. It's more about just giving willingly and freely and joyfully and unabandoned, uninhibited, and in a kind of surrendered way. And sometimes I think we can feel insignificant in life. We can feel like it's not that we don't have the money to go up and give and make a big difference to the kingdom. We maybe feel like we don't have the gifts. We don't have the words, we're not talented, maybe we feel like we're not clever, we feel like we're not skilled, maybe we don't have the spiritual gifting that other people have, so we can't really impress God, we can't really do anything of value for God. But like this little old widow who just came up and just gave what she had, that's how we touch God's heart. It's just by giving what we had. Now, Jesus didn't say that the big gifts were not worth it. He didn't say those big gifts were bad or wrong or weren't accepted. What he was doing there is I think he was bestowing honour and significance on this widow and on her offering. And I think sometimes we can just presume that because something looks big and looks impressive and it's grand, that's what's going to impress God. But God's impressed by our hearts. He's impressed by the state of our hearts when we make our offerings, when we give. He's impressed by it, by our purity, by our willingness to surrender, whether that's a lot or a little, just bringing what we do have to him, coming to him where we're at with what we have. So that's my encouragement for today. No matter whether you feel like a rich person, you feel like you've got loads to give, or you might feel like this poor widow and you feel like you've got nothing to give, just come to Jesus. Just give joyfully, give freely, and make that offering. And it's just amazing that those 2 copper coins could touch the heart of the Son of God. And if that can be the case, then how much more will our lives, our actions, our words, our surrender and our worship also touch his heart. So God bless you guys. I hope this is an encouraging message. It certainly encourages me. I've been thinking about this one a lot recently. And that widow, she's gone down in history. She's gone down in the gospel that's been preached around the whole world as a kind of memory of what she did. That tiny act became something so significant, something that Jesus not only used as an example for his disciples on that day, but has following that been recorded in the Gospels, that have been translated into many languages and preached around the world, and that's a kind of testament and an honour to the significance of her giving. God bless you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.